Jack is a master storyteller.
Jack is a storyteller. Jack is a book.
He tells us stories about ourselves.
You can't imagine Knoxville without Jack, and that's just how foundational his work is.
The one thing I like about Jack is I'm always learning from him. You may think that you know something and then all of a sudden discover you don't.
I kind of grew up reading Jack Neely's stories in the Metropulse, and especially when I was in college, I got the Metropulse. Like, I didn't just read it occasionally, I read it every time it came out.
It wasn't hidden history, it wasn't forgotten history, it was secret, as if it were something maybe you weren't supposed to know.
Technically, I was Jack's editor at Metropulse a million years ago, which is hilarious because I never actually touched a word that he wrote. And he would turn in these, like, just sprawling, deeply researched 8,000, 10,000, 12,000 word stories, and like you don't cut Jack's work. You just go and beg the publisher for more pages.
Jack has dedicated his life to telling the story of the history of the Knoxville area and East Tennessee.
The way he approaches things, that it's not just a story we're putting together, so we're meeting some deadline, but that it really is meaningful to those who are learning about it and reading about it.
I don't know how tall the stack of publications that Jack's responsible for is. I'm sure it would be taller than me.
Knoxville cares, I think, to an astonishing and unusual degree compared to similar-sized cities about its history, and I think a big part of that is the way that Jack has brought history alive.
He's helped popularize history for a lot of people who didn't think they were interested in history or didn't think they were interested in local history.
And of course, the real thing I think that comes through in Jack's writing is his appreciation of the people of Knoxville.
You wind him up about something that an encounter on the street in 1875 that led to something, especially if it's kind of gossipy and a little scandalous. He can go on and on. He really comes to life with telling those stories.
He was the officiant at our wedding. We got married in Crutch Park, and he starts talking about like downtown architecture. And I was like, Tommy, I don't know if he's ever gonna actually marry us.
Jack deserves this honor because he has dedicated his life to something that will live years beyond himself. It's something that not only have we benefited from over the last 30 to 40 years, but also something that our children, our grandchildren, and the future of residents and even those beyond will benefit from. And that's something that you cannot capture. And we've captured that in Jack Neely.